Hi, second graders, it's Miss Trundle. So hopefully you have finished reading this story, Big Red Lollipop, which I think is a great story about learning about different traditions, but also accepting traditions that are new to you. But the main thing that we're going to be focusing on today is the beginning, middle, and end of a story. How can we find those different parts of a story, and how can we retell what happened in those parts? So I have our story pulled up right here, Big Red Lollipop. But now I'm going to go over here. So right here it says elements of a story. This is something that you're going to be able to see. You'll be watching this video actually on the first slide. This will be the second slide. Once you have finished reading Big Red Lollipop, you are going to go to the third slide here. It says click and drag the colored boxes to where they fit in the story. And look, I made a mistake. I spelled where the wrong way. That's a different kind of where. I need to spell it W-H-E-R-E. Perfect. So now that that's fixed, click and drag colored boxes to where they fit in the story. So here are the colored boxes right here. Each of these boxes describe a different part of the story. One of them is the beginning, one of them is the middle, and one of them is the end. And you as the reader have to decide which goes where. So since I just finished reading The Big Red Lollipop, I'm going to go back in my story to help me pick where my beginning part needs to go. So I'm going to be modeling how to pick the beginning part, and your job will be to pick the middle part. So at the beginning, I notice my main character here. Now, her name is Rubina, and we don't see her name until later in the story. So we see her name right here, Rubina, not until later in the story. But I know since I've already read it that that is her name, so I can go back to my first page. So she is a main character, and then we have Ami, who I'm assuming is her mom. I'm not totally sure. This could be a different way to say mom. So Ami. And then Rubina's two sisters. We have Sana and we have Miriam. So we have her two sisters who we think is her mom, and then we have Rubina herself. So those are the three characters. We also know that Rubina just got home from school because my first sentence says, I'm so excited, I run all the way home from school. So she just came home from school to tell her family that she was invited to a birthday party. And I also know from my second sentence that that is our big event. I've been invited to a birthday party. I have my characters, I know my setting, and I know the big event that is coming. Now, she gets ready to go to the party and her sister wants to go. She doesn't really want her sister to go, but Ami wants her to bring her sister. So they end up at the party and things don't go very well. And once they get home, Rubina realizes that her sister has eaten her lollipop. So I know now that I've gotten too far past the beginning because now I'm starting to see a problem. We're going past the big idea, and since we already know the characters in the setting, we know that further back is where the beginning of our story is. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to read through these and see which one I think best fits in the beginning box. Rubina sees that her little sister Sana ate the red lollipop she got at the party. Rubina is upset about that, as well as the fact that her friends aren't inviting her to birthday parties anymore. I don't know if that one really fits because that's where I recognized my problem started in the story, so I'm going to hold off on this one. Then I have this box. In the beginning, Rubina is at home with Ami and her two sisters. Rubina has been invited to a birthday party. Sana wants to go, so Ami makes Rubina take her to the party. I think this one is the best fit because it has the word beginning right there, right at the start of my sentence. And I know that when retelling the beginning of a story, I always want to start with these three words in the beginning. So I'm going to click on this box and I'm going to drag it to the beginning box. And I know that that is the beginning of my story. And I'm going to leave these two here for you guys to finish. So you have to decide which is the middle and which is the end. But that is not your only job. Your next job is to go here. You are going to type what happened at the particular part of the story. So I am going to do the beginning as an example, and your job is to do the middle. So the beginning. I know my first words need to be in the beginning. So I have my most important words in the beginning. Rubina comes home from school. So I have my main character mentioned as well as my setting, and tells, whoops. Now you might run out of room in this blue box, so you'll need to go to the next blue box, and tells, whoops, Ami that she was invited to a birthday party. Ami wants Rubina to take her sister Sana to the birthday party. And all I want you guys to do is write 2 sentences. So I'm going to include those directions here on the middle part so that you guys know what you need to do. So I'm going to insert a text box right here at the beginning. I'm going to say write 2 sentences retelling the middle. So that is your job, is to retell the middle. I retold the beginning. In the beginning, Rubina comes home from school and tells Ami that she was invited to a birthday party. Period. Ami wants Rubina to take her sister Sana to the birthday party. So I've included my main characters, I've included my setting, and I've included the big event. Now my job is to do the middle. But that's actually not what I'm going to do. That's what you guys are going to do. So once you have finished reading Big Red Lollipop, which hopefully you have done by now if you are watching this, then you need to go onto this slide and pick which one of these boxes goes in the middle square. And then you need to skip over my example, which I'm going to write. I'm going to put that it's an example so that you guys know that it's an example and that you don't need to do anything with it other than read it to get an idea. Example. All right. And that is what you need to do. Then you go onto this slide and you type, write 2 sentences retelling the middle of the story. And that is all that you need to do. And you will also be doing this with the end of the story. And I will post another video about what you need to do for that tomorrow. All you need to focus on today is the middle of the story.